the one question that I knew people were going to ask me was about the gap in my resume. Why are you coming back? What happened? You've been out for 10 years. Because I've been on my own for 10 years. You've been out for 10 years. What's going on? And it was at that moment that I knew that I had to learn how to tell my story. How's it going? So my name is Kelly Kelly. I'm the founder and CEO of Kelly Brand Communications. So we're a digital marketing agency focused on identifying qualified leads for our clients and then creating digital content to convert those leads into sales. So beyond great creative for Instagram or Facebook, tying it into your actual sales goals. What are they? Once we know that, we'll back into the type of content we need to put out as well as how much we need to put out based on conversions and all that good stuff. So really making it make sense for our clients and not just putting out a bunch of stuff. So today I'm really excited to be talking about building your personal brand. In the last couple of years, I'm sure you all have noticed your personal brand, or what you should have as a personal brand, is becoming extremely important for not only an entrepreneur, but also the career woman or anyone for that matter. There is so much noise in the space. Building a strong personal brand is a way to cut through that a little bit. Doesn't matter what your goal is. All right, so today we're going to be talking about learning how to storytell, embracing your authentic voice, operating like a media company, documenting your journey, and then creating different content for different platforms. So that's me, 3 months postpartum, exhausted, anxious, depressed. I did not realize it at the time, but I was experiencing postpartum depression. I was in the process of rebranding my company from public relations to digital marketing and figured I'd just have all this wonderful time at home since I'm calmed down and not really having to do so much to do that effectively. And I was in for a world of difference there. I don't know if anybody has kids. Right. So I really struggled to keep my business alive and ultimately lost it. It was almost as if someone turned the lights off in my brain. I wasn't generating creativity. I had no desire to do anything. So I found myself actually back on the job market because, again, kids are extremely expensive, okay? And the one question that I knew people were going to ask me was about the gap in my resume. Why are you coming back? What happened? You've been out for 10 years. Because I've been on my own for 10 years. You've been out for 10 years. What's going on? And it was at that moment that I knew that I had to learn how to tell my story. Now, I didn't go into every interview telling them how I looked like The Walking Dead and I was having depression and all that type of stuff, but I did have to reflect on my experiences as a whole, personal and professional, take bits and pieces of that, and then learn how to apply it into an applicable scenario in these interviews. So that's kind of one of the things that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Breaking that down. So what's the first step in learning how to storytell? A couple of questions you can ask yourself is, what has been your biggest achievement? What is the bravest thing you've ever done? What is the most challenging thing you've ever done? And once you review all that, whether it's personal or professional, you'll be able to pick out pieces of your story and then apply it to some strengths or lessons you've learned. Perseverance, scrappiness, hustle. Even now, because I'm back in my own business, I was fortunate enough to get in an incubator and get a mentor and all that good stuff. My postpartum, my losing my business, my having to go back to corporate, how I got back out of that, how I found the mentor, all of that is a part of my story now. So you have to look back and figure out, what is your story? Did you move to a different city? There's strength in there that you probably don't even realize. There are very telling pieces of your story that will resonate with someone else, whether it's an employer, whether it's you're trying to get more business, whatever you're trying to do, move to a leadership position, there are pieces of your story that you probably don't even realize are so profound because you lived it and you did it and you was just trying to get through it. it's hard to step outside of that and say, dang, that was deep, and I got through it. I mean, that took strength, it took hustle, it took scrappiness, perseverance. So really look back on your professional career, even maybe back to college, whatever things you've gone through or whatever point you are in your life. And then you also, part of your storytelling, you want to have personality. So don't be afraid to use facial expressions, voice inflections, talk with your hands a little bit when it's appropriate. I have been interviewing people for part-time positions, and you guys would be maybe blown away by the monotone, no expression, really no eye contact, but that's another story. It's like you're not talking to a person. And if you're looking for someone to hire you or that you want to work with, they want to see personality. They want to see a life, some sort of light, something that is breaking up the monotony of the day. And so you want to just make sure you're infusing your personality into your storytelling going forward. And so then the next piece I want to talk about is embracing your authentic voice. So authenticity is your most precious commodity as a leader. We are very fortunate, I think, in a time to be, whether in corporate or professional life, to where most organizations are starting to embrace your personality to the level of how you dress. Listen, when I was I don't know how old y'all are. When I was in school, I went to business school at Florida A&M. First of all, the business school, you had to wear a uniform. You could only wear a navy, black, or gray suit. You could only wear stud earrings. You could only wear your hair a certain way. You couldn't wear a certain nail polish. This is 1998. Because they were prepping you for what they knew as professionals to what you were going to be going into. And kind of at the time, that's how it was. You didn't get to go in there with head wraps or earrings or, this sort of just person, your authentic self. And now we've been having more conversations around that. And I'm very excited about that. So as you are going for whatever you're going for, don't be afraid to infuse your authentic voice, even when you're talking about what you're putting out on social platforms. On LinkedIn, I combine storytelling and authenticity. Sometimes I use a little slang. Sometimes, it's not going to be grammatically incorrect all the time where somebody's like, okay, what is this lady talking about? But it might get a chuckle. I did a whole post on lessons learned, and I went through this whole thing of lessons I've learned, make sure you get it in writing, make sure you, no matter who you're doing business with, make sure you're clear on the terms. And then I said, in translation, protect your neck. People thought it was just funny. It's LinkedIn. People are so used to seeing all this stuffy corporate stuff. People want a little personality. So don't be afraid to embrace your authentic voice, whether that be in person or online in the digital space. You are a media company, and so you should act like it. So what does that mean? That means that you should be producing content. How many of you are in here are active on social? What's going on this side of the table? Okay, she's on the phone. Okay, so you should be producing content. Now, you probably should be producing a lot more than you are. Most of us should be. The platforms, just from an algorithm standpoint, require so much content, it would probably make your head spin. Just for LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram to say, yes, this is a person that creates consistent content, I'm going to show their stuff more because they're producing. That's the way it works. And I know that can be a little overwhelming for some people. Maybe they want to post once a month. I had a client that it was an attorney, and they were like, well, I'm just going to do one white paper a month on LinkedIn. I said, don't bother. There's no one's going to see it. If you get on LinkedIn once every 30 days, LinkedIn is not checking for you at all. You might as well not waste your time doing that and focus on something else. When you decide to go in on your content, you need to go in with a plan. So, what message do you want to convey? Are you looking for a job? Are you looking for a network? Are you looking for connections? Are you looking to start a business? Are you looking to join organizations? What is the purpose of the content? What message do you want to put out? How often do you want your posts to go out? I'm going to tell you right now, it needs to be every day or at least every weekday. And depending on the platform, you can use your weekends for your Instagram and your Facebook. But you want to keep it coming out. And it can be repurposed. Right now I have my person here filming this is going to be one big thing, and then I'm going to chop it up and post that out over time. So you can always repurpose content, bring up something old that got a lot of traction. You can reshare that with a new message, but you need to keep it going. Batching is a really great way to keep consistency. So you want to choose maybe 1 or 2 days a week that you just sit down and that's your content time. Maybe 2 hours on a Friday, maybe at the end of the day where you've done everything you need to do, all your commitments for work during the week. 5 o'clock or 3 o'clock on Friday, the next 2 hours is content for next week. I'm just gonna batch it. I'm gonna gather up pictures. I'm gonna start drafting my post. I'm gonna get my hashtags in order. So all I gotta do is copy and paste. Now you wanna make sure that you're tying that content to a theme or a message. What are you looking to do at the time? If you have an event coming up, okay, I got my content for the week. 3 of these posts are gonna be strictly related to the event, and then the other posts are gonna be my day-to-day, my business, my work, my whatever. But when you give yourself the opportunity to sit down and think about it, you can be a lot more strategic than trying to go willy-nilly off the cuff. The dating got away from you. You thought you were going to have time. Now you ain't posted in 2 months. So when you batch, you give yourself a leg up on that. And then there are some scheduling tools that I use. Hootsuite is a great one. I think they still have a free version. Later.com. If they're not free, they're very inexpensive. And then Planoly is a good one. Now, Later.com, I'll tell you, is really good. They are super, super progressive in keeping up with the API and the restrictions between scheduling posts and what Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn want to do. Because for Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, they don't really like companies like this where you schedule posts. They want you active in real time. Well, that's not always feasible. So resources like Later.com, they do a really good job of playing by the rules on the back end with all the tech stuff to appease the Facebooks and the LinkedIn so that your content is still shown. And I think Later.com is one of the only ones that you can schedule your Instagram post and have it go out without having to be notified on your phone. Some of these, like Hootsuite, you can schedule the Instagram post ahead of time, but you're still going to get a notification on your phone and you still have to say, okay. Later, set it and forget it. They're going to ask you for your credentials. They're going to do their back-end API techie stuff, and then you can schedule automatically, which is why if you're really serious and you're ready, Later is a pretty good investment. I want to say it might be $9 a month or something like that, but it's well worth it. You can schedule stories on Later too. They're one of the only platforms where you can schedule your Instagram stories. They just have a really good, user-friendly, easy platform to use. So what I'd like to do is I have a content strategy planner that I'd like to share with you all at the end if you're interested. It'll kind of help get you started on mapping out your content, what days and what hashtags you need to use, what platforms. So I'll get that to you guys if you're interested when this is all said and done. And then documenting your journey. So the 3 key things you want to do: consistency, transparency, and honesty. So like I said, this was worth it to me to bring on a video person to document, because I know when I put content out, particularly video, not only am I appeasing the LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram gods, but I am also giving people a look into my personality and me as a whole. Video is able to just provide that extra layer for someone to get to know you in all of your totality. Everything, your mannerisms, how you talk, your voice, your facial expressions. These are all things that when somebody's scrolling, they be like, wait, okay. And she does what now? Oh, okay, cool. All right, now you've piqued someone's interest to look further into whatever it is you have going on. But if you can't get somebody to stop scrolling, it's not gonna matter. So consistency is the key, making sure that you're putting out content on a regular basis. That can be pictures or video, but you want to just open a little bit up of your personal into that. I did an experiment last spring where I said I'm going to produce a vlog, my own, with my iPhone. I'm just going to turn it on and start doing stuff. I had a couple things to do. I only got to do 2 because it was very labor intensive and I was doing it myself and the editing. But They were, I think, 12-minute long videos, and it was just following me throughout the day. You know, I was talking, explaining what I was doing. And then one of the videos, at the very end of a long day, I got home and my daughter happened to still be up, and my husband like captured some content of us hugging. My box was flooded, and it was all like, oh my God, that scene where you with your daughter is so cute. Da, da, da. Now you do digital marketing. Okay, well, we should talk. It was just an opener. It was an opener. It was an opportunity for somebody to see me and my real self and not just my brochure self and say, oh, okay, that was cool. Now I've held their attention for 12 minutes. Maybe they've watched one video, maybe they watched two, but I know because this particular person mentioned the very end. So I've held your attention for 12 minutes. Now we're talking business. So sometimes the introduction is not always a business card. Sometimes it's just somebody sees you doing your thing and it piques their interest and now they want to know more. So don't be afraid to get transparent and be honest. I know that we see a lot of people fronting for the gram and all that type of stuff. We don't have to do that. We're all professional women. No one is expecting us to be Lambo'd out, flying to Ibiza and all that type. Like, we could just be us, and that is interesting. That's interesting, because before I did the vlog, I was like, don't nobody care. Who the hell want to watch me walk around a conference? That seems boring. Like, I don't know who. And it was interesting to certain people. The people that I wanted to get in touch with, it was interesting too. So consistency, transparency, and honesty are the best way to think about in terms of your strategy for documenting your journey. So different platforms, different content. I think for this room, I would like to focus on LinkedIn. Is everybody on LinkedIn? Everybody's active? Okay. So we got our profiles done. Everybody got their profile done? You don't have your profile done. Okay, I'm gonna get with you, because let's talk through this first. Profile. We all have a professional photo. Job title. I want to talk about this because there are some conflicting things out there. If you Google what your job or what your title should be on LinkedIn, some people are going to tell you to get fancy and creative and funny and witty. That's not the opportunity to do that, because LinkedIn has a search engine. And when recruiters or people that are hiring or anything like that, they're looking for a job title, not your fancy creative way to say that you do HR. I bring people together in a strategic, no, because the person looking to hire you is going to type in whatever the job titles are that are in your business. So make sure whatever your job title is lit. And the other thing too is, I think you can do up to 120 characters, but if somebody is on mobile or if they just see your photo, they don't see the whole title. So that's not the opportunity or the time to like get fancy. Your summary is where you can get colorful, and you can talk about, you really want to structure that piece based on the value that you bring, your skill set, and then word it so that you're communicating the value that you're bringing to the people that you want to do business with or to hire you. Engagement is so huge for LinkedIn. Make sure you are posting every day. You blinking. How often you post? Are you not on it at all? Or you sometimes? But I'm not on it. Okay, I'm just technically on it. I'm just here so I don't get fired. Okay, you're just on there. All right. That is very good. Repost and tag the person. Tag some people in there. So I had an opportunity to visit. Does everybody know Kat Cole? She was she runs Focus Brands now. She was the success story, the former Hooters waitress who went on to yes. So the incubator that I'm a part of, we had an opportunity to go to the Focus Brands campus, sit with Kat. Kat spent 2 hours with us. We toured, we talked. She let us know from the jump, this is open Q&A. Whatever you want to ask me. If I can legally answer, I will answer. You want to pitch your business? I can't guarantee you'll do it, but do that too. I want everybody in here it was the most candid conversation I've ever had with somebody at that level, and it was so amazing. And so I went to post it, and I made sure to tag myself, every other female entrepreneur that was with me, and then of course Kat Cole. That thing ended up getting like 12,000 impressions, because what happens is when you tag people or they like or comment or engage in any way with your post, now your post shows up on their timeline, whether you're friends with them or not. So everybody in their network gets to see you now, so you're exposed. So whenever you post or share, if there's an opportunity to tag somebody, tag them and use hashtags. LinkedIn is a good place for hashtags too. Make sure you're liking and commenting on other people's stuff. That's a really great way. And if somebody likes, or rather, if somebody comments on your stuff, make sure to reply. The sooner the better. Because again, that tells LinkedIn, oh, this person is engaged. Let me keep this at the top. Remember when we left chronological order and we went to whatever they wanted to do? That's why. Because ideally, they're showing you what they think you want to see based on how you engage. So if I like your post twice, every day I log into LinkedIn, I'm probably going to see your stuff first, and so on and so forth. So that's how you have to look at it. Some of these things can be annoying, but then you got to put on your hat. How do I make this work for me? We can't change what Zucks and them is doing. They're going to do what they do. They're going to change algorithms. You have to figure out, how do I make this work for me? Make connections. And I meant to include this in the slide, and I'll be happy to text or share whatever. I read an article called What to Do After Someone Views Your LinkedIn Profile, like a canned response. I keep it in my notes, and I highlight one if they just view it and I want to get with them and they haven't friended me, or if they have sent the connection and I want to start a conversation. It reads something to the effect of, hey, hope you're having a great week. I leave a blank. It's literally in my notes. I leave a blank where the name is, and it says, my name is Kelly. I'm a digital marketing strategist. I'm always looking to expand my network, so thanks for connecting, or I would love to connect here, depending on the thing. What are you working on? Looking forward to keeping in touch and figuring out ways we can work together. I keep that thing on copy and paste. I make connections, and I try to start the conversation. That's the other thing. Some people have all these connections on LinkedIn, but they don't even attempt to try to engage the people. So you want to make sure you're making those connections and then at least doing your part. And I would probably say about 70% of the time, the conversation gets moving. Sometimes people don't reply. What did it cost me? 10 seconds? So what? Moving on. But 70% of the time, people reply, and I've already qualified them because I checked their profile out. I know my decision maker is a CMO or anybody high up in marketing in terms of who I want to do business with. So when I see that, I hit them, or I reply with that because I want the conversation to start. I don't want us to just be dead friends on LinkedIn. The other thing you can do too is when you're at events or you're out networking, get that LinkedIn connection there. Hey, why don't we connect on LinkedIn? Hand them your phone, or however, so that all that later business card, somebody got to find it later. You got to remember. No, let's just connect on LinkedIn. Yeah, you want to make those connections, and you want them to be. You want to make sure you're connected on LinkedIn. So when you're posting, if they like it once or twice, because y'all just had a good conversation at an event, now every day they open their LinkedIn, they're gonna see your face. They're gonna see your video, what you're posting. This is if you want to do business with this person, or if there's something a relationship you want to develop here. Okay. Share a post. We talked about that, creating value. Give it thought. When you leave a comment, give it thought as much as you can. You don't have to spend a tremendous amount of time poring over your post, but just give it some thought. People really, I feel like they can feel when you've given it thought, and they will engage you more for sure. And then recommend people. If you've met somebody that you feel is worthy of recommending, go ahead and do it. It doesn't always have to be a tit for tat. It doesn't always have to be, well, I recommend you, you recommend, you just make that a part of your LinkedIn strategy to recommend people when it makes sense. It's a nice gesture. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't take up a whole lot of time. And that also plants a seed of connection to that person. Like, I didn't even ask her to recommend. That was nice. That was thoughtful. Okay. I think it depends on the relationship. I think because if this is just my first time meeting you, let's say we were at an event, if the next day I woke up and you were asking for feedback on something we didn't talk about last night, that would be a little much. But if the relationship is warm enough, I think that's a good strategy to employ because, again, you're satisfying the algorithm because you're connecting. You're getting your profile in front of everybody on their friends list, whether you're friends or not, because you tagged them. So all their people see you. And just make sure that it makes sense. And, make sure that you're balancing that with other types of posts as well. Anybody on here on Sales Navigator and LinkedIn? LinkedIn Sales Navigator? Okay, if you are in sales at all, that is definitely something that you may want to look into. Just a quick thing about LinkedIn Sales Navigator. I think it's $80 a month, which is why I said if sales is your thing, it is worth it. It basically allows you to create a LinkedIn feed of only your prospects. So you spend about an hour to 90 minutes setting it up. So I would go in and say, hey, I want to sign up for LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Now I'm in here. It's going to say, who are you trying to reach? I want to reach CMOs in these industries within this radius and and it's going to spit out a list of prospects. And that's all I'm going to see in this feed. Just the content that has to do with them and or their company. It will also give you suggestions in gray under their post of what to say. Sometimes we get hung up on, okay, well, I say, but now I don't know what to say. I don't know how to reply. And now I'm spending too much time. Just forget it. I'm not doing it. So I think LinkedIn has been very intuitive in the last 18 months of trying to respond to that. Let me feed you what to say. I don't want you to not say anything because you're worried about what to say. So if you're in sales or if you're going that way, that is something you will really want to look into because now you've cut the noise out. When you log in and that's all you see is their stuff. So you can get real targeted with your LinkedIn activity. Okay, so let's stay in touch. This is all my information, but I'm opening it up to Q&A. Does anybody have any questions? Yes. It seems like a lot of work for you to manage 2 profiles. I don't know if it is as necessary. I think with the travel business and working AT&T, if you said you do body paint on the weekend, that might be something different. We might not want to merge those 2, but then I'd be like, you probably don't need to be on LinkedIn. But to me, I would try to see if there's an opportunity for you to just do one. Don't worry so much about what your coworkers might say. You're not doing anything wrong. Is it in a breach of a contract or something? Just to be 100% honest, I would imagine Facebook and Instagram would probably be a better fit for that part of business because with the Instagram piece, you can definitely get a lot more visual and aspirational in your content. And then you have the whole ad thing because they're owned by the same people. So, running ads or I just think your strategy will probably be better for the travel business over there than LinkedIn. So in the essence of saving your time and focusing your efforts, you may want to think about that. I don't think you will get the same ROI from LinkedIn, especially with beauty, than you would going all in on Instagram. Because we're still talking about time, right? You're still talking about what has to be managed, what you can really pour into. Every platform takes time. So if you're talking about lashes, and I'm somewhat familiar from a business standpoint, Instagram, you could kill it. Your resources in terms of time and money should really be put into that space. And then your Facebook, you have a website and stuff? Yeah, so because they're owned by the same people, Zuck got the monopoly. Get your Instagram and your Facebook, tie that in, put your Facebook pixel on your website so you can run your ads to both. The LinkedIn company pages right now, I think they've hit a little bit of a lull unless you are big enough to have, because they have a robust option for your business page where you can have job postings on there for your company if you're hiring. You can really build out this very attractive thing if you're looking to hire people or if you're a larger scale. I think for now, maybe you start do you have a blog on the company page or? Gotcha. Okay, so maybe sometimes to keep the page alive and active, you may want to still keep content on there and share it from the company page to your personal. Because if on your website you have your LinkedIn for your company page, if people don't know about you as a person, they're clicking from your website to the LinkedIn and it's dead, right? So we want to make sure we're keeping that alive too. So in a passive way, you don't have to give it too much, You just start there, and then whatever you were going to post on your personal, sometimes post it there first and then reshare to your personal. No, if you're looking for a mentor, is that what you want to use LinkedIn for? Then you can do that. So one of the things in the job title that people that are looking for work, they'll usually say the title or the key words of whatever their industry is, and then they'll say seeking new opportunities. So you could put whatever keywords are relevant to your industry. What is it? Okay, so dental hygienist, seeking mentor. And then just keep it current. So you can repost articles related to what's going on. Are there new developments? Is there new technology out? What's your take on something that just happened? Something controversial? Are there new laws that are happening now? What is going to spark the radar of somebody that you're trying to get the attention of? Post that type of content. And that could be found in you keep up with whatever trade publications are in your business. Yeah, just reshare that stuff. Like do a nice caption, but reshare that. Use your hashtags, so that whoever the people in that industry you're trying to get in front of, you can start to try to get on their radar. You're welcome. You just have to change your mindset. All social media is a tool.